to Oilers Nation Everyday with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
I think we got to stop talking shit about the other team's goalies.
Let's
get into it with the lead.
You think?
Welcome into Oilers Nation Everyday. We're live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online, sportscloset.ca. We are also a presentation of Bet365. Download the app, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary.
Every time.
Yeah, you think it's becoming a bit of a problem, Jay?
Just wait till you have my Casey DeSmith breakdown.
You better be giving him all the flowers.
Casey DeSmith, borderline Vezina candidate.
There you go. That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
in my eyes. Brutal goalie.
This guy doesn't care.
I will say, you nailed the Demko and nailed the Shesterkin breakdowns. There's just been a couple you've missed on.
I nailed Montembeau.
Yeah, you did nail Montembeau. That's
And I
fair.
nailed what's his name?
We should
Vemelko?
do, so you have Stuart Skinner's quality start meter. We should do Liam's starting goalie quality analysis meter.
Yes.
And give
Okay.
you a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a thumbs sideways on how you analyze the goalie.
Vladar, Binnington.
No, Riddich you're thinking
Riddich.
of.
Big save, Dave.
Riddich. Yeah, big save, Dave.
Yeah.
But I think needs to be factored in this is that the Oilers played brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be part of the equation here. When the Oilers play good, my reviews
but
look
it's
great.
because you manifested it, though.
Yeah.
Stats are facts. There's nothing I can do.
But there's a way you can deliver them.
Do you think I was that harsh yesterday?
Yeah,
on
you made
Binnington?
like a montage of goals.
In hindsight, that was a little fucked
Could have
up.
been longer.
That was a little heavy.
He was
Bridge
bad.
too far.
Bridge too far.
Is he bad? He looked pretty good last night.
Did he? I think the Oilers didn't do
Oilers
anything
just-
to make him look bad.
Yeah, the Oilers just couldn't figure out how to put together an offensive attack, which we will absolutely talk about throughout the show today. Dave Pagnotta is going to be our big guest today, coming up at 1 o'clock. If you missed it earlier this morning, the Edmonton Oilers activating Alec Regula off IR.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What is next for this team?
What could it be? An Emberson trade? A Stecher trade?
It better not be an Emerson trade. That would be silly. And here's my thought as to why. Alec Regula just missed a full season with injury.
Yes.
He played 2 games and got injured again.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to trade a defenseman that's actually been decent this season. And what is Emerson? 24, 25?
Yeah.
That would be, I would label that as idiotic to trade him.
Yeah, trading Ty Emberson would be very, very stupid.
And I don't think he's anything crazy. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not sitting here being like, ooh, second coming, top
No.
4 D-man. Ooh. No.
Like maybe a push he could become a top 4 defenseman at some point in his
You could
career.
probably do it in a pinch if you asked him nicely.
Sure, like he's been decent, but like,
Whoa.
let's
He's a Band-Aid.
Regula.
He's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
NFL trade deadline's good.
What just happened?
Quinn Williams going to the Cowboys.
Who?
The Jets are trading everybody. They might get like 5 first-round picks today.
Who?
They play.
Quinn Williams.
Who?
Yeah, I know.
He
What
was
is he,
the guy. He was the guy. He's a defensive tackle.
Yeah, D-tackle.
Who sneezed on a show and then blessed himself. He's literally he sneezed and he said "bless you"
That's a
to
character.
himself.
That's a character
Alright,
guy. So
sure.
is this their Mika Parsons replacement?
Yeah, must be.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And they traded Sauce Gardner today, too.
Wow, another first round pick for Williams.
Episode 2 of The Sauce was this morning. Anyone in the YouTube chat tune in?
Tuesday
I was
morning
in.
takeover.
Yes,
I
sir.
was there for a little bit. I heard Ryder's Braden Shen story.
Here's a Braden Shen story.
Oh, and you're not gonna like it. Tell you something. He would not be welcome in this city. In my
Whoa.
eyes. Go check it out in the sauce.
All right,
Once
what a
again.
tease. What a
Yeah.
tease. I'm sure it'll be coming out in clip form.
Is this a Saskatchewan story?
Oh yeah, from the Blades.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing good happens in that Blades. I don't know.
Nothing good happens in Saskatoon.
So we had a good debate today.
Saskatchewan's actually low-key great city. Just
I heard one half of it is not good to go to though. It's kind of like Riverdale where you don't go to like the east side, south side.
Stay on this side of the river.
Yeah, basically. I think that actually might be it. Yeah.
I think every city's like that, though.
Not Edmonton. Beautiful spot.
it's downtown's
Tell
cool,
all your
and then
free
I think it's
agents.
called like Broadway or whatever. Anyways,
Oh, that was Nashville.
We got into an interesting debate today outside of the Sauce studio when Waz asked us a question, and we're not going to say our answers.
Okay.
Jay, in your home, in your master bed or bathroom,
primary.
It's
Primary,
it's
sorry.
not, you can't say master.
I know,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
corrected
It's
him.
just
Primary
the big,
bathroom.
Or
the
main.
big bedroom.
Main
Biggest
bathroom.
one you got.
The towel you use to shower. How many days in a row will you use it
Oh,
before you wash
I heard this was a debate with Ryder and Lisa.
it? Yeah.
How we change out our towels weekly.
So you'll use it like 7 days in a row?
It may not be 7.
I said 5.
Yeah, it might be 5. And because I heard Ryder's point, he's right. He's like, you're drying off your clean, like the cleanest you could possibly be.
Yeah. Unless you're bad at showering.
And if you're bad at airing out your towels.
Yes.
Because if you don't air them out, then they get stinky.
I think that can be a problem for some people.
So if you
more
hang them properly, you can stretch them out.
Liam?
Like every other day. I shower like 2 or 3 times a day, though.
What?
Is also crazy.
Why?
I like showering in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'll typically shower before I go to bed. And sometimes, I wouldn't say every day, but like sometimes I'll go home from work and just shower. I like to be clean.
Being clean is nice. I do my best thinking in the shower.
I do
so
too.
I probably should shower more. It's like a good mental reset.
I agree.
And you always feel good coming out of the shower.
100%. Sometimes if I'm having a shitty day, I'm just like, oh, I just need a reset.
So
I'm just going to jump in the shower.
okay, so then if you're like every 2 days, that's could be up to 6 showers in those 2 days.
Yeah.
So, we're talking
The
same
math
language.
lines up. Yeah.
So I just rotate out my towels.
4 to 6 showers.
Okay. I can get behind that. I'm probably more in like the 5 to 7 showers range. But you also said you use 2 towels to dry off every shower.
That's what one for each hand?
Lower body, upper body. I
That'd be
drag
very-
quicker.
That's
Like,
a funny visual.
I don't like to be wet, ironically, after having 3 showers a day. I like to like get out of the shower and just be like ready to go.
Bone dry.
Yeah, like basically. The sensation of it weirds me out a little bit. I know that's a weird comment, but I just like to be dry and I like to get going. I don't like to wait around is kind of my point. I got a lot going on in my days.
But I just don't understand how 2 towels is more efficient.
Because I have one around my waist, so I'm currently drying on my waist.
But not actively.
Yeah, it absorbs. It's like a magnet.
I don't know.
And I put one on my top and I
do what needs to be done up there.
clean myself and dry myself.
All
Well,
right.
I said clean.
All right.
Clean. What do you call it? Dry.
Sadistic Angel says I use a different towel to dry my hair.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
mean-
It's different.
Asking a female how often they wash their hair is a totally different conversation as well.
I've started to tread into this area.
So you're not getting your hair wet every shower.
No, I guess wet, but I don't like put shampoo in it all the time.
Yeah, it's like not getting your hair wet's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a different layer. I can't do that. But I guess wet every day. Life advice. How often do you use your towels?
Turned it into a poll. The number one answer was 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
5 to 7 came in second. 1 to 2 in third. The 10% of you who voted for 7 plus.
It kind of
you
fucked up.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah, come on.
That it doesn't matter how well you air your towels out, they stinky.
Yeah.
Where are we at on towel warmers? Oh, you might be fancy. Do you have a towel rack that warms them up for you?
No, but if you got one, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In England is a big radiator country.
Oh yeah.
So like
radiator.
you'll have radiators in your bathrooms and you just throw your towel over and it dries a lot quicker because it's hot.
because you got a coal broiler heating up that water that heats up those buildings.
Yeah.
Old country.
Old country, burn that coal.
All right. Well, I think we've put off the hockey talk long enough, boys.
Let's get into it. Evan Bouchard.
Well, what was more interesting, watching last night's game or talking about towels?
Holy
Oh my
moly.
God. I'd rather talk about towels for the
Yeah.
next 90 minutes.
And there's
Okay.
been so many games so far. Like
What
that
you
for the Oilers.
where you said a name and you were going to go on a tangent? What?
I was gonna say, what are you doing, man?
To Evan Bouchard,
Yeah, I was on the big program today.
as you do.
And
Got your take on Dalibor Dvorsky?
yeah, I got my Dvorsky take in.
Every time I just think of that Pete tweet, and I don't even think it's Pete Blackburn who tweeted it, but every time Dvorsky scores, Pete bumps that tweet where it's like Dvorsky is what hockey bros say when their parents split up.
Yeah. So here's my stance on Evan Bouchard. I think to an extent you can live with the mistakes when you're making a play with the puck.
Yep.
It's going to happen. Every player will go through it. He obviously goes through it more than other players do.
Yes.
But when you're just not boxing guys out and battling in front of your net, I think that's what exhausts fans a lot too, because it shows a lack of effort and commitment. Further to that point, he has done this a couple of times this season, but he's not the only one. This has been a recurring problem for the Oilers all season. There's a couple of times with Bouchard, like I said. Regula's had a couple. Emerson, Kulak, Ekholm, the only two that really haven't had that much. Well, Warman's the only one, to be honest. But it's like, if you go through and look, and I had some videos, Pat, I don't know if you have them, but it was just like, why can you not get the idea of like basic hockey of like, we need to push these guys out of the way of the net? Like, take a penalty, honestly. If you feel like you can't get him, just cross-check him. I think people would be more happy than with that. And then you're like, okay, we've got to kill.
That's what I was going to say. That's one of those instances where, like, again, just hammer the guy. Just lumber to his spine and put him on the ice because he can't score from down there. I also understand, Mulick in the chat says, Pickard has to stop that puck. What do you mean, Bouchard? It's a muffin from the point. The puck should be stopped or in the corner. And you know what? If we're splitting up a big old blame pie for that goal, I would say 40% of it's on Bouch, 40% of it's on Pickard, 20% of it is on everybody else who was in that hockey game, because the fact the Oilers only scored 2 times on Jordan Binnington is ridiculous.
Was it a muffin from the point? I feel like that guy absolutely hammered that puck.
Pat,
He
show us
literally
the goal.
is scaled as 92 miles per hour by Sportsnet. Right into
It's a pretty hard shot.
Like,
But it's also right at him. Like, he should be able to...
I agree, he should. He should be able to, like, somewhat swallow that up, I guess you could say. But, like, to say that's not on Bouchard would be ridiculous.
I think it's just multiple reasons why that goal happened.
And, like, BM had the tweet
3-2 goal, Pat.
BM
The
had
winner.
the tweet the other day of, like, it can be 2 people's fault at once. No, it was just one guy. And he's right. But,
He is
like,
right.
I think Bouchard, like, you can't be on the outside of your guy.
Can't be on the outside.
So
of your guy.
I'm gonna tell you something. I've been warning you guys for years about this. And you guys all wanted him to be paid as a number 1 defenseman. And you got it.
I still think he is.
And now you're getting all the stuff I've been concerned about. You are seeing it amplified right now.
Because he's in a slump.
So he's signed his deal.
Yeah.
The mistake has already been made.
I don't think that contract
So
was a
now we
mistake.
need to try to manifest this. Now we need to try to manifest this guy to be what we need him to be, or a better version of this. And we can't be running him out of town.
I completely agree.
I'm not running him out of
That's
town at
coming
all.
from me.
Yes.
I sent all these warnings saying this big ticket needs to be someone else's problem, not ours. But we signed it, so now he's ours.
I agree.
So we need him to figure this out, and we need to build this guy back up, because getting paid number 1 money, we're not getting number 1 results.
And
Totally.
Mulick, you can't say 10% Bouch.
No.
Because, like,
that's
Pat,
not
show us
10%.
one more time. I want to watch the goal. Because Bouch does the right thing at first and then makes the decision to move away.
He's on the outside of his guy.
Show us when the inside angle comes around here on the replay. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like, he goes and actually gets body position on his guy and then just kind of turns off his brain for a couple seconds, which I know he's prone to do. Also, this is a one-timer from Colton Parayko who can't shoot the puck hard, but, like, Bouch is coming around that in a correct... Here you go. Look.
That's fine.
Right there. Boom. Stay parked there and back out on your guy. Box him out and he cannot score. How he just kind of stops moving, it's maddening to me. And yes, watch. Shot hits Pickard. He needs to let that just absorb into his
Totally
stomach.
agree.
That's what every goalie coach would tell you to do.
Yes. It's an error from the goalie as well. But you need your defenseman to also back you up. Pat, if you have a couple of those highlights, you can just play him through as we go as well. But it's just, again, it's just a problem that has happened to the Oilers all season, where they've just been so soft in front of their own goal. And it's not even like...
Is this a montage?
This is a quick montage. I did one in Binnington yesterday. Jay loved it, so I put it together another one. But he's just like, you allow
this one's
guys...
going to have the effect you want it to have, as opposed to the...
But it's like,
Didn't tie up his guy.
Again, that one's Bouchard. So there you go. There's another one. It's like, you're not trying against this guy. Here's another one. It's like, this one's a little bit different, but it comes around, and then the guy's just able to walk right into the slot. My favorite one is just the Ekholm one against Detroit. Like, I can't believe you saw Emmett Finney just to stand in the way of things. And it's just, I don't understand it. Like, especially when your D coach is someone like Mark Stewart, who is
Good at that.
meat and potatoes guy. He was a 6th defenseman. Like, he knows what he was supposed to do. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
How are you just stood there screening your goalie, and then we all sit here and be like, how could Stuart Skinner do this to us? So what do you mean? His own players stood in front of him, and they need to be so much stronger in front of their goalie. And I agree. Pickard, I don't like a couple of the goals he allowed yesterday, and I know we all feel however we feel about Skinner, but it's like, this defense core was ranked number 1 by The Athletic and a few other sites of shit. We have not
I
seen
also
it
called
at all.
that out as being wrong. I'm not saying I'm always right, but geez, that was a blatant miss.
For them to be number 1?
I think
I don't know. I think their defense score is very underwhelming right now, but I think it's a lot better than what it has shown.
So here's where I kind of come out on this, and I like that I didn't know you put that together, the montage of being soft in front of the net. This comes back to why I was excited for guys like Howard and Savoy to make the team, because I was hoping it would like breathe some life into the Oilers, you know? Like,
Yeah.
They don't play with a ton of passion in the regular season.
No jam.
It's jam. I think I don't want to say it's like, I don't want to be busting out the give a shit meter right now, because like I do think they give a shit, but I also just think there's an angle of like nobody appears to have less fun scoring goals than the Edmonton Oilers. Have they celebrated a goal once this year?
That Mangiapane goal was beautiful, though.
The Mangiapane goal was sick. That was awesome. But like, they don't play with a tremendous amount of desperation. When things don't go well, it feels like they just kind of shrug their shoulders and go like, it's October. It's November. And then even as the year goes on, they'll just be like, it's January. Like,
They've been through a lot.
And I get that. Like, it is hard. Numb. It's hard to get up for 82 games a regular season. And I would excuse this if it was every once in a while. Like, if it was just this St. Louis game and it's like, you know what, you couldn't get up for the Monday nighter in St. Louis, that's fine. But we've now seen, 14 games of this team? And, like, I don't know, how many big hits have we seen? How many times have we seen a defenseman look like they're pissed off?
I'm changing my bet for tonight. I'm going to update it.
Interesting.
We'll allow it just once. When you get one adjustment per season.
Can't wait to see what Jay does here. But I just...
Dallas win.
Dallas money line. Dallas team total over. Jason Robertson anytime goal.
I think the frustrating part, Ty, is it's not even like they've put together, what are we at, 14 games now?
Yeah.
There's been some great games. There's been some moments where it's like, this team is legit. They look good. They've got it back on the rails. Like the other day against Chicago, a bit of a weird game, but like they found a way and their stars came through. You go on the road and you just fall apart. You had the St. Louis Blues dead to rights yesterday.
Yeah.
That crowd, they did not want to be in that building.
There weren't even a lot of people in that building.
No, they were exhausted from watching their team do nothing. They were about to lose 8 games in a row.
Yeah.
And then you just let them crawl back into it. You take an offensive zone penalty with McDavid going to the box. They score a goal, Dvorsky. The second one, like, I know the structure is a bit weird in front, but Pickett's just in no man's land and randomly hits him. And then the third one, we obviously just reviewed it, but it's just like, come on. You cannot go into St. Louis, a team that has a goaltender duo that is basically the worst two in the league. And
dead last in 5-on-5
they were
save
dead
percentage,
last. Yeah. And then you allow them to gain some confidence and play a good game. Like, the Oilers just keep doing this to themselves. They keep damaging themselves. It's not any. Nobody's beating them. The Oilers are beating themselves every single night.
That is true.
And that's what's frustrating about it is, like, again, they're in a funk right now, and it doesn't really feel like they want to help themselves get out of it. Like, go out there and play like you got some passion, like you want to go and lay the boots to the other team. And it feels like on a lot of these nights in the regular season, the Oilers kind of go into a game and are like, all right, let's do the bare minimum that we think it'll take for us to win. And it's like, I think that's why we get results like we have last night, where like they smell blood in the water and it's like, all right, should you find another level and like go hit the Blues a couple of times and throw a bunch of pucks on net because Binnington's rattled, you got 2 on him, and like do all this stuff. And they just seem to be like, we could do that, or we could just dump the puck into the corner and hang back a little bit. And like, I don't have to take the extra stride at that guy. Like, they get lazy.
I don't think they're deciding to do this. I honestly think the last few years wear on them is real.
I agree
on those core guys.
So then this is a lost season?
No, it's just gonna. It's a mental hurdle to overcome. Being like they want to be buzzing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They want to be buzzing, but there's this crazy lag of fatigue within them from going on these deep runs. There's the whole mental aspect of having
to play
their hearts ripped out of them 2 years in a row. So now it's like getting back into it to try to get to that point. It seems like it's trying to climb a mountain. Like they want to be better. Like you can't just say, "Oh, like they're just taking it. They're just taking it off. They're just going through the motions." Like these are professional athletes. These are highly competitive people. Mm-hmm. They want it. It's just they've got to find that connection within them to get that want. and to connect it with the actual doing.
And that's why I'm just not, like, I'm very frustrated with the team. Like, I think Ian put in the chat, is like, if Oilers Nation finally see the light, it's like, what, just to bitch and complain about the team every single day because they play bad? It's like, no, they're just playing bad because of what you just said, Jay. Like, they're trying to find their way here, and people keep talking about the structure of it and all this. It's like, Chris Knobloch obviously knows the offensive talent he has on his team. They're just not scoring goals at the moment. Mm-hmm. And someone put in, are they power play merchants? Right now, they are scoring on the power play.
That's all they can do.
And
again, Jack Roslovic, that shot was unbelievable.
It looked effortless. It looked effortless.
Turns out if you put a guy who scores 20-plus goals on your power play, the results will be
NHL goals, too.
Yeah, NHL goals. No, I won't say real goals, but NHL goals.
No, those are real goals.
I think another side of it, too, is they've basically played every other night to start the season. They've had a pretty hectic...
Every team is, though, because it's an Olympic year.
Well... But the Oilers have had 14 games played, and other teams have played like 11 and 12. Sure. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They finished Dallas tonight. They have a few days off here to kind of regroup.
Halloween party. They haven't had
Halloween party, but it's team's bonding.
I wonder if there's I wonder what the stats are going back, if we could find the days. Oilers record before the Halloween party and after. Maybe they just got to get shittered together.
No, well, the question is slump, in any team going into a Halloween party if they're slumping. And what the record is after, to see if it is that catalyst.
Yeah, maybe a couple of guys.
Because Halloween parties can also make it weird amongst teammates. Right?
How? Is this like when those two baseball players swapped wives? No?
I thought that was the Ritchie brothers.
That's a what, 4 years ago DFO trade deadline poll?
They got traded for each other. The Oilers only play at home 3 more times in November, and they have been brutal on the road.
Uh-oh.
I will say this, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but this could be another tough month. They have a lot of back-to-backs on the road. They're out east for all of it, basically.
No, they're going to have that moment in Washington, just like they did last year.
Yeah, maybe they will.
2 years ago.
But that moment was supposed to be last week when they went into the room in Utah and yelled at each other.
But also maybe that's why a reason you shouldn't be too down on this team.
Because they clearly know something's amiss.
I just think
of course they know it's amiss. They can't connect. They can't make passes. They can't.
And I think too, they're on the road so much they're only seeing each other. There is no getting away from each other if stuff's not going right. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they all get along perfectly fine. I'm not saying that, but sometimes going home and just being away from people can be also a positive for them, and they just don't get the opportunity to do that.
Well, they're wearing those tracksuits on the road. Maybe some of them are allergic to the material.
Maybe, it could be an allergic to the fabric.
This hoodie kind of looks like that.
With that said, so many road trips at the start of the season means probably fewer at the end, which means you'll be at home a lot more, which could mean an exciting end to the season going into the playoffs with a bit of momentum. To spin it a little bit, get my narrative back on my side.
Thanks. See, we got to be positive now. So sure, while we're going down, we can dump on them and shit them for the bit, but we have to now build them up because they gotta hit their peak. We gotta let it happen, and then we gotta help build them up. So we can't just ride them all the way down. Okay, we gotta start building them up now before they can.
Before we move on, let's all say one positive thing about the Oilers tonight. Tyler, go ahead.
They own the Dallas Stars.
Okay, Jay.
Jack Roslovic is heating up.
The last time Evan Bouchard made a terrible mistake in a game that led to a game winner, he went and scored the game winner the next game.
All right.
There we go. Now we're good.
It's like I'm still not good.
Hey, buddy, is that the Jays or is this?
Oh, probably. I'm having a really hard time. I mean, I watched the Bills beat the Chiefs on Sunday, and I literally was emotionless the entire game. I was just like, whatever, man.
Well, now you know how the Oilers feel right now.
Yeah,
they're
I guess.
numb. They're numb.
I feel numb watching the Oilers because they're not giving me a lot of reasons to get up for it. I will say, although he had 0 shots last game, Connor McDavid had again some moments and some shifts where I was like, Connor's feeling himself, and he had another 2 points, which is great. This is the question I threw to Zach last night on the post-game show. Because there were people really coming at Pickard, and I know people in the chat are upset with Calvin Pickard as well.
Rightfully so.
And rightfully so. This guy has not given you a good start yet this season.
And they allowed 15 shots.
Well, last night was really kind of like a classic Calvin Pickard start where you could put together a montage of some of the saves he made and just show that to someone, and it'd be like, whoa, he must have stolen them the game. But then you put together the montage of the goals he gives up and you go, whoa, he cost them the game, right? Like the highs are high, the lows are low with Calvin Pickard in games like that. But are you more pissed that the Oilers didn't find a way to win that game 2-1? Or are you more pissed that the Oilers didn't find a way to win that game 4-3? Because I know which one I'm more upset about. And you can sit there and bitch about Pickard. At the end of the day, he's your backup goalie. Do they need to upgrade him? Absolutely. That's going to come at some point this year. I would, at this point, be stunned if it is night one of the playoffs, Skinner Pickard. Like, I would be floored if that's the case.
I'd be surprised too.
So they obviously need to upgrade the goaltending, and I understand that. I'm way more pissed last night that the offense didn't find a way to get going. Leon Draisaitl, no shots, -1. You're struggling for offense. Ike Howard plays 7 minutes last night. I don't know. I think there's just some reasons to be irritated with the offense, as much as I know it's easy to pick on the goaltending.
Well, Pat, if you can pull up that like team summary one as well, like I think when you look at it, like they're just not scoring goals any games. I actually think Stuart Skinner's probably helped them win a couple more games than people want to admit, but like you're 17th in goals for and 17th in goals against. Like this team is some of the best offensive players in the league. They're supposed to be able to dominate teams offensively, especially again, like you're going into a building against a team that has lost 7 games in a row.
A lot of 17th PK.
Maybe this
Being
game
first, you're 17th.
Maybe game 17 is when this thing turns around.
You know where the Oilers rank?
Who do they play?
Oilers 5-on-5 goals for 27th in the NHL.
Wow.
Like, there's no reason a team with this much talent should be a month into the season and be 27th. There are way more games.
Zero hunger.
I know. There are way more games where you should be pissed off at the offense than you should be pissed off at the goaltending right now. Because Skinner, he's been fine this year.
He's been, I'd say, just a little bit above fine for the most part.
Yeah, like Skinner's given them a fighting chance on a lot of games. And you can look at Pickard. He won the game against against Montreal. That was good. What was the game you were talking about that he was actually solid into where they gave up like 15 shots?
Vancouver
gave him a fighting chance in that hockey game. And even last night, they should have won that game 4-3. They should have won that game 4-2. St. Louis shouldn't have even been in a chance to score a late tying goal because it should have been out of reach. So I don't know. Through 1 month, if you're like, Tyler, rank the reasons this team is struggling: offense, defense, special teams, and goaltending. Offense is 1, defense is 2, goaltending's 3, I guess, and special teams is 4. But, like, I don't even think there's a sound argument to switch anything on that list I just gave you. Goaltending hasn't been as big of an issue as people want to believe. Ingram is not ready. Can't talk about that.
Might not ever be ready,
which will pose an interesting timeline for the Oilers.
Yeah, they're just struggling to score goals at 5-5, which is great that their power play's working. I also, like,
to be fair,
you shouldn't care that they're power play merchants.
I was just going to say that. How many times last year when the power play was struggling, would we sit here and break down a game and be like, would be nice if the power play didn't go 0-3. Would be nice if the power play didn't go 0-4. Like, winning games on the back of your power play, that's fine. I know Mulek says we allowed 22 shots. I know. But I would like my Edmonton Oilers with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, young kids like Savoy and Howard, all these other pieces. I would like them to score more than 2 goals in a hockey game. You play to your identity. Their identity is not a team that wins games 2-1.
Yeah.
I just think, too, with the shots, like, I agree. They limited shots, but sometimes it's bound to the quality of shot, too. Like, what was the scoring opportunity? It's like, well, Pickard made a mistake on the second one because the net was wide open. But the first guy also got a shot clean in the slot, you know? And it's even like the Parayko one. It's like, yeah, the shot made it through from the point. Like, all the way through, and there was nobody in the way.
The wide open guy there.
And he's a wide open guy.
Someone says, holy, Liam defending our crap goalies is getting old. There's just more context
to
it. Also, again, I'll ask you this point blank. Would it be a mistake if game 1 of the playoffs, it's Skinner Pickard as the duo?
Yes.
We recognize that, but we also can't, and we aren't just going to sit here after every game. Like, if they would have lost 3-0 yesterday, people would still be in our chat going, goaltending sucks. And, like, it's multifaceted. It's multi-layered. You can't just point to one thing and be like, this is why they suck. They are too good of a hockey team to have these shitty offensive numbers. They don't even generate that well. 17th in 5-on-5 shots.
There it is.
27th in 5-on-5 expected goals. Like, shot attempts per 60. 25th in the NHL. Shoot the damn puck. Quit getting cute.
I agree.
Maybe we need Puljujärvi back. Make his line mates better.
Well, he's busy doing his...
ask those same people, and they don't understand why David Tomasek isn't playing in the top 6. So,
Tyler Mulek, Nurse leads the league in block shots, Liam. He wasn't on the ice. And maybe that's a reason why he should be on the ice. And you shouldn't have Bouchard on the ice in those final minutes. Get Warman and Nurse out there. We talked about this the other day. Play your defenders at the end of the game. If you have an offensive zone draw, 100% throw out Evan Bouchard. But everyone talks about this accountability, and I agree with you. Like, players need to be held for their mistakes. But also put your players in a position to succeed.
Yeah.
And if you're coming at the end of the game, and Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm are on the ice, and I know they're supposed to be your top pairing. I get that. But you're also allowed a shutdown pairing. And if Nurse and Warman are playing well, which they played relatively well yesterday.
Kulak and Emerson have been fine, too.
Kulak and Emerson have been fine. Get them out there. If you believe that those guys are going to block shots, which Jay does with his game day bet every single day.
Not today.
Get them out there. Let them block shots.
No,
get guys in the way.
Indirectly betting on a lot
Yeah,
of
you actually are, yes. So you can talk about Nurse, and I agree with you. He blocks shots. Get him on the ice. He wasn't on the ice.
Nurse and Wallman yesterday, 17 minutes of 5-on-5 ice time together. Shot attempts, 17-12 in favor of the Oilers. Shots, 6-4. Goals, 1-0. Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm yesterday, pretty much an identical stat line in terms of shots and shot attempts, but obviously the goals were 1-0 for the St. Louis Blues in that stretch. So,
there's a cloud of melancholy
what a word.
hanging over the team. And I want to Google how to get rid of melancholy.
All right, well, you do that. I'm going to start talking about our game notes for tonight's hockey game. They're brought to you by our friends at Dogpatch. I was at Dogpatch last night for the game. Did the pregame show from the DJ booth. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed a Nation beer that they have on tap.
I'm going tonight for, I'm doing pre and post.
Yeah.
But for pizza night.
The pizza is so good. So if you're in Edmonton and you're looking for a spot to watch the game tonight, come on down to Dogpatch and watch it with our boy Liam Menzies is going to be with you as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Michael.
Okay, you ready for this?
Sure.
This actually kind of connects to the narrative we're trying to build.
Okay.
To overcome melancholy, focus on lifestyle changes like exercise,
Oh, that's
a healthy diet,
Skate harder.
quality sleep, very important,
Essential.
while also engaging in social activities, Halloween party, and mindfulness practices like meditation. So get the, what's that app? Noom? What's that kind of Pete? Get that and have a big party.
All right.
Get out of that melancholy.
Alec Regula is off of IR. I would assume they only activate him because they want to play him tonight. Second of back-to-backs. I doubt they go 11-7. We haven't heard.
They should not do that.
They should not do that. But so what? Are you going to take Emerson out tonight?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Him and Kulak yesterday, by the way, again, didn't have a poor game by any stretch of the imagination. I actually thought they were fine. It's interesting. Knobloch played each of his three pairs pretty much the exact same amount of time at 5-on-5 in that game. But one of them is going to get broken up here with Alec Regula likely back in the lineup. No Jake Ottinger for the Dallas Stars. He had his child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had or was
so.
having. One of the two reasons. Either way, it's going to be Casey DeSmith getting the start tonight for the Dallas Stars. Liam, you want to tell us how good of a goalie Casey DeSmith is?
He's fine as a backup. He's only played 3 games so far this season.
He had a good year last year with Dallas.
He was good last season. They don't play him a lot, obviously, but
Nope.
we saw him a little bit at the end. What was it, game 6 he got replaced, right? Because ESPN made that crazy documentary pregame of Jake Ottinger getting pulled.
Which is
Anyone
so funny.
would have thought he had a season injury and was never able to play again.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
They painted him as like such a mega victim, which
Yeah.
like I get no one in that room like Pete DeBoer at the end, but like they kind of just ignore the fact that Jake Ottinger was bad in that series.
I know.
And
Like,
they
it's
act like it was
crazy.
some crazy unjustified pulling of like a superstar player. It's like, no, he gave up 2 goals in 5 minutes and their
Yeah.
season was on the line.
It
Like,
was nuts. So looking at Casey DeSmith, he's obviously not faced a lot of shot, but weirdly, in the difference between him and other goalies that we've kind of reviewed so far, got to get low. The man is not defending very well on his pads, and it seems to be like he'll similar to what Vermelka was, where like he would commit to the pass and like the first shot, he wouldn't be able to get across. So if you can cause a little bit of chaos in front of him, then he seems to be able to get a few goals. But again, it's a small sample size. He's only played 3 games.
yeah, so the numbers aren't great for Casey DeSmith so far this season. Obviously, the numbers are good for
Huge
one.
goal night.
Hopefully.
Again, that top line yesterday didn't generate a lot of shots, but like, I don't know, Connor had 2 points, Mangiapane scored. I didn't have a big problem with them. It was more the second line for me that couldn't really get to any impactful areas, if you want to call it that. So that's where it was a little bit disappointing. But anyways, Casey DeSmith versus Stuart Skinner is the goaltending duo tonight. Over the last 2 seasons, let me just fix that. Stuart Skinner has played the Dallas Stars 4 times in the regular season, and the numbers stink. He's got an 844 and a 403.
Now it's Tyler's turn.
There we go.
844, 403. But over the last 2 years when he plays them in the playoffs,
The best.
923 and a 195. Unbelievable. Lights out in the postseason against the Dallas Stars. Absolutely horrendous in the regular season. So what Stuart Skinner are we going to get tonight? Hopefully it's playoffs too.
Hopefully the one we've seen so far this season. That gives the Oilers an opportunity to win the games.
900 save percentage.
Again, I'm out on save percentage. Just give me some saves.
Yeah.
Give me some decent saves in
Would you
good
take
moments.
9 out of 10?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, there you go. I thought this was interesting from Caprice St. Pierre, who writes for us over at Oilers Nation. The Oilers' power play and penalty kill, 35%, 78%. Better than the Dallas Stars this year, 31% and 72%. Dallas actually pretty good on the power play this year with, guess who is their head coach?
Gully.
Old Gully, Glenn Gulletson behind the bench in Dallas.
Oh, Gully revenge game.
Gully revenge
Forgot.
game. Potentially.
Yeah.
Oilers power play revenge game.
Yeah, they want to show Gully that, like, hey,
Yeah.
They're up there.
Yeah.
They're back to number 1.
they are back to number 1 in the NHL. Power play has been great. Jack Roslovic has obviously given the Oilers a pretty good boost there. So that's been solid.
Soft hands, that guy.
When Zach Hyman's back, what do? Top power play unit.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think it's worth remembering in the playoffs, before Hyman got hurt, they pulled him off that top unit. Perry was getting those minutes.
Yeah, it was. Kind of something you forget about a little bit.
Little bit. But I could see them just kind of splitting it between Hyman and Roslovic, especially for the sake of like trying to ease Zach Hyman back into the lineup.
Well, they should just take those 2 guys off the penalty kill, Draisaitl and McDavid, and just allow them to play the full 2 minutes on the power play and just rotate 2 guys out.
I'm kind of over the whole 97-29 on the penalty kill.
I'm over it in the middle of the penalty kill. Like, I just wanted, like last night, if you have a draw with 10, 15, 20 seconds left, whatever it may be, Draisaitl is your best face-off guy. Let him go out and win it, regain possession. Whoever the guy is coming out of the box, there you go. Here's your shift with McDavid and Draisaitl. We literally saw it in Ottawa where Ike Howard had the moment of coming out the box and he scores.
Yep.
So I kind of assumed, I guess, that's what it was going to be. And it just hasn't gone that way at all.
Also, I feel like we did this again when Chris Knobloch took over, and we did it when Jay Woodcroft took over, where the depth guys were like, wow, we feel like we have such a purpose on this team. And like, remember Chris Knobloch talked a lot about like, I want guys to feel ownership of the penalty kill. Like, that's their thing. Yeah. And now here we are in the
We shipped all those guys that owned the penalty kill out.
But like, why can't you let Noah Philp have that? Why can't you let Matt Savoy have that? And I know they give Savoy some PK time, but like, you can still like teach guys how to penalty kill, coach guys how to be better penalty killers. I just don't like that now in every situation where just like Connor and Leon got to be out there again. And I don't know, it's a chance to rest them. Penalty kill time is taxing time because you're blocking shots and you're chasing the other team around in the offensive zone. Why are we wasting their energy while also having guys sit on the bench? Because now you get into a point where if you ever get into a game where each side takes 3 or 4 penalties, your bottom 6 is barely playing in that hockey game. Like 7 minutes for Ike Howard in a game like that. Granted, he might be the one who's in the penalty box a few of those times because he does take a lot of penalties. But like he might be down at 5 minutes if there's ever a game where there's more than 3 total power plays. Like last night, there was 3 total power plays, and Ike Howard still only found a way to play 7 minutes.
If he doesn't take that penalty, does he play more?
Maybe. But anyways, power play for the Oilers has been good. I want them to switch up how they're doing things on the penalty kill, although it's hard to argue with the results that Knobloch and company have been getting. Next up in our game notes, Connor McDavid got his 1100th point yesterday, which moved him past Oiler great Glenn Anderson for 69th all time in NHL scoring. He needs very nice. He needs 3 points tonight to move up 1 more spot and pass Frank Mahovlich for 68th.
Oh,
wow.
The big M.
They talked about this on the broadcast in between 50-50 commercials yesterday. Can McDavid get to 2,000 points? I think it was Justin Bourne who was on the panel talking about it.
He'll have to play 1,500 games.
I think he obviously...
He'll slow down at the second half, so that's why I'm...
But will he?
Crosby is not.
Crosby hasn't.
So what would that mean? It was
Yeah, but how many seasons has McDavid played?
This is year 10.
10.
Year 10. So then
So he's averaging 110 points.
He's 29, turning...
Under that, or over that.
Turning 29?
Just over,
Yeah.
I guess.
He'll play another
So
10, 11
39.
years.
Yeah.
So if he can average 100 points a year, he is going to scream past that. And yesterday, someone was like, because I said that, they were like, oh, you're not factoring in like age and the performance drop off. I actually think averaging 100 points a year for McDavid for his final 11 years of his career is probably under. I think he's got another 130-point campaign. I think he has a bunch of 120-point campaigns in him. And then, yeah, sure, maybe the last 3 years he's an 80, 90-point player, but that's still going to average well over 100 points if he can have a couple of 130-point seasons. So I think he will get, like, my number, if you ask me to predict it, will be, I think he finishes at like 2,400 points. I think he's like 450 back of Wayne.
It's a lot of points.
A lot of points.
The star players aren't dropping off as quick anymore either.
Sports science, Liam.
Is that what we're calling it?
LeBron is still effective. Maybe McDavid's got to do whatever LeBron's been doing.
Well, just think of like
Ovechkin's. I feel like there's more guys getting out of the league at like 31 than there was before, maybe.
No, I think there's always been short careers.
I don't know.
Okay.
I was trying to think of someone. But I just think with McDavid, he's going to hit it because he's Connor McDavid. And that is my analysis.
Yeah, he is. He is different. He is built different.
The better question is, will Sidney Crosby hit 2,000?
He is 300 away.
296 away.
Sure. That is true. Yeah, that is true. That's a fact. He's
38.
played 13.
He probably needs 3 more years. He needs to play this year and 3 more years to get it.
Played 1,366
I can
games.
see, like, because the way Crosby is built and, like, his style of game, he could play till he's, like, if his body holds up, till he's 44.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say, and he might not want to do, but
yeah, he might win.
It all depends on the body. That's the biggest thing. Got to do that hot yoga.
Ian said no, he doesn't want 2,000. He wants 1,987.
That's probably accurate.
He's gonna get that number and be like, thank
or
God.
2,087.
Yes,
there you go.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, he's just gonna keep playing until he ends a year on 80 to end on 87. Then he'll be like, thank God, can finally stop.
His 1,587th game.
People have been quick to correct me in the chat. Rico is first on the team in face-off percentage at 62%. But Southpaw pointed out Draisaitl, he was second on the team, by the way, has fallen down to 17th in the NHL in face-off percentage.
Sorry, 7.
That's the number today. The signs.
Curry.
If you exclude the playoffs, this is from Michael Menzies' article, which is up now at Oilersnation.com. If you exclude the playoffs, the Oilers are 5-5 versus the Dallas Stars in their last 10 regular season meetings. But in Dallas, Edmonton's lost the last 2, 5-0 and 4-1. So they've gotten kind of dominated the last 2 times they've played in Dallas in the regular season. But of course, we all know the playoff success that comes with it. And something that is working in the Oilers' favor tonight as we move on to our lineups for this evening is that Dallas is missing some really important pieces. Their IR includes Jamie Benn, Nils Lundqvist, Rupe Hintz, and Matt Duchene. So they're missing 3 of their top 9 forwards, we'll call them. And if you pull up their line combos, you can see the guys, the impact that the guys they're missing are having. Wyatt Johnston's going to center the top line with Jason Robertson and Mikko Rantanen. That's totally fine. Sam Steele's on their second line with Tyler Seguin and Maverick Bourque. Radek Faksa on the third line with the Earn Dog, Adam Ernie.
Hey.
Somehow playing top 9 minutes in the NHL tonight. Nathan Bastian on the right side of that line. That is an American Hockey League line. And the fourth line is somehow worse.
Guarantee you that line scores a goal.
Probably.
Well, they might just work harder.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's the thing, Johnny Lunchpail.
Yeah, the others are missing a couple of those guys. Yeah. Saying that, I did think Frederick actually had an impact on the game yesterday.
I think he's had back-to-back pretty good games.
He whacked Parayko pretty good there.
Yeah, he did. And it's just like...
Hometown.
We all saw it last season with Podkolzin, and I know the money is everything I'll talk about, and that's fine. But like, Podkolzin struggled to get his offense going, but every single game you knew what you were getting. You knew he was going to be physical and all that. I think if Frederick could just start doing that for Oilers fans, they could see that it might get more invested in him and like get behind him. Yeah, like need to see it. So I think he finished with 6 hits yesterday.
Fourth line for the Stars is Justin Herkowian. Whoa, that's a lot of consonants in a row.
Come on, you can do this.
Herkowian. Justin Herkowian?
Maybe.
Yeah. Colin Blackwell and Oscar Bach are his wingers. Much easier names to say. The deep pairings for the Stars are Lindell and Heiskanen, Harley and Lyubushkin, Bichelle and Alex Petrovic, who is somehow still carving out minutes in the NHL. Hey?
Credit to him.
Yeah, good for him. Local boy.
Didn't he spend 2 full seasons in the American League and then to come back and be an everyday NHL in an NHL roster most days? It's good for him. Figured it out. It's like Alex Stalock. Not Alex Stalock. Anthony Stolarz.
Dude,
when the Oilers got him, he was nothing. Like, it was just like, we need a goal that's come back in this Cam Talbot trade. And now he's a number one in Toronto.
And it's not even like he left the Oilers and then whatever. Like, he needed a few more stops. Like, he went to Anaheim and was like the San Diego Gulls starter for like a year. And then he went to Florida because he was a cheap backup. And that's when he found his game. So, I mean, goalies are voodoo, man. It's weird. That's why when all this stuff pops up, and we're going to have Merrick on tomorrow to talk about some goaltending things. But like, when all this stuff pops up with Stuart Skinner, it's like, man, and it's tough because the Oilers are in win now mode. So like, it complicates and adds a layer to the conversation. It's not as simple as like, give them some time. But like, when people talk about the Oilers would be fine giving up Stuart Skinner in a trade for another goalie, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know how many goalies there are out there.
You don't want that out there.
Yeah.
Whoever's leaking that, shame on you. You don't want to put that on Stu. Is Stu our goalie?
Right now, tonight he is.
He is right now.
Yeah.
Do we wish in the playoffs we had different goaltending? Perhaps.
Is he Mr. Right? I don't know, but he's Mr. Right now. So we have to cherish him.
Positive.
There you go. Let's get to our Bet365 Game Day Betting Challenge. Speaking of Stu.
Speaking of disasters.
For Bet365, download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. We are all coming off losses last night.
Wow, we were so close to an early payout. I changed my picture for good luck. So that is me and Tom Cochran.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was maybe the Queen.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna send you a photo to use.
Of you?
Because
is it also you with Tom Cochran?
It's me. It's me with someone.
Okay.
And on the topic of 17.
Oh boy, this could be anything.
No,
not
not
Stevie
really.
Nicks?
No, it's not Stevie Nicks. All good. I'll pull it up.
That was a
here.
good guess, though.
Why is Stevie Nicks connected
Doesn't
to
she have
17?
that song, Edge of 17?
You're a Fleetwood Mac fan.
There you go. See, I nailed that.
But you know, I don't know. You know that?
There's also a movie with Josh Allen's wife, Haley Steinfeld. Sorry. Sure, that was called Edge of 17.
There you go. Me and Yuri Curry.
Oh,
All right.
good pick.
Number 17.
Okay, yeah, text it to me. I'll put it in tomorrow. Ty, you have to keep yours.
I know. That's fine.
So I got crazy
I
eyes.
didn't choose the law enforcement life.
Ryan S., the records are awful. They are terrible.
Yeah, no, we
but
haven't been good.
No, because you keep betting on this stupid team to win hockey games.
Yeah.
It's my, I'm having a down year. Safe to say.
Jay's rebuilding.
I'm rebuilding tonight.
Here's my pick for tonight for Bet365. Kind of similar to what I did last night. Connor 2 shots, Leon 2 shots, over 2.5 goals for the Oilers. I'm in a funk. I'm not seeing the board well right now. You know, there's some games where you fire up Bet365 and it's like you're speaking in its language and you're like, this looks good. Oh, I can envision all these things. I looked at the board today and my brain was in a scramble. I was like, none of this looks appetizing to me. But Casey DeSmith, Oilers offense should find a way to get going. Power play's been hot. Connor and Leon both at 0 shots last game, so I like them to bounce back a little bit. Plus 110, the juice sucks on this one considering it's a 3-legger, but whatever.
I think the thing that you don't hit is the Oilers goals.
You think they're going to win? Well, we'll get to your bet in a
Honestly,
second.
that has been a
Liam, what do you got?
I don't remember.
All right. Well,
What did I get, Pat? I think, there you go. Jack Rozovic, power play point.
Woo!
Plus 375.
Oh,
Zach hit this last night when we were watching the game
Yeah.
together.
that's the real juice right there.
I think the Dallas Stars power play, penalty kill is like bottom 5 in the league or something like that. It's like 72%.
That's a really good bet.
Yeah.
And that is juicy.
There was a couple other ones. Like even Bouchard was like plus 230. That's pretty good for a power play
Oilers
point.
money line are plus 130 or something right now.
Plus 105.
Plus 105, yeah.
They just scare me.
That was my original bet.
You were just going to go straight
Yeah.
money line, but you changed your mind, Jay, and you're going with this. Stu Skinner
all
shutout.
this talk, I think, especially after last night, and we're ripping the D, we're ripping the offense, we're ripping the goaltending.
Yeah.
I think we go to a depleted Dallas roster, and we beat them 2-0. I think defense is going to show up. They're going to block their shots. Stu is going to make the saves that we of the opportunities, hopefully all perimeter that we allow to get through. And we just muscle out a 2-0 shutout win. Let's go, Stu.
That's good, Stu.
You
Not going to
missed-
lie. I've not enjoyed the negativity on this show today. I feel like we've been fighting. All of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the chat's negative.
The
You
chat
guys
is-
are negative.
We're not in a
I'm
good
saying
mood
this is
right
the time
now.
we need to start building
I
them
know.
up.
It's-
But we have to break that cycle because we're feeling the same mood the players are feeling
Yeah.
right now.
I think we need our own. Maybe Liam. Maybe you and I just got to go get drunk together.
I don't know what I need. Maybe I need a shower.
Well, maybe you need a shower last. You got to mix it up.
Maybe I did. Maybe we need to switch
start eating
seats.
plantains.
Plantains.
There was a way for you to juice up your bet too, Jay. You could have gone Stu shutout.
I should have won with money line because if he gets it, the Oilers win.
You could have gone Stu shutout and his over with saves, and then and the puck line. It gets you up to 25-1. You could have gotten juicy because they're not.
Well, it's getting greedy going puck line,
but they're not going to win 1-0.
I mean, hey,
probably will now.
I just miss when we were all happy. You know, I
think about that a lot in my life.
Yeah, I just miss I'm
you
so
see flashes
over
like that mounted you upon. Well, actually,
great
both goals.
goal.
Both goals were amazing.
Great save by Pickett on that goal to give him a chance to go up the ice and score, and then God, they just pissed it away, and I'm so over it. I'm at a big rant, Jay. Maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't. On After Dark when we were in Vancouver, I was like, you're all being fools, basically what I said.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why everyone's against me. And I'm just not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not annoyed. I'm not worried that they're losing this game. It's just so annoying. Now, I have to watch this crap. And I think that's what's frustrating me the most, Jay. Thanks.
They used to be fun to watch.
They used to be great. They were great to watch 4 games ago. The second period of that Utah game was awesome. 5 unanswered, 5-on-5 goals. That was great. Now we're just fighting. I have to watch this game again tonight.
That was a good save.
Join me on pregame.
That was a good save.
At 5, which is 1,700 hours.
Yep.
Damn, this is crazy.
We use the proper cut.
Yeah, military code.
Isn't that the King's clock? Are you guys need to do that time?
What do they call it? Analog? I don't know.
Analog is when a clock is like that's an analog clock on our stove.
Maybe, military time.
That's digital.
Oh, is analog the finger going around? The cuckoo clock at my house has been really fucked up recently.
You have a cuckoo clock?
Yes.
I mean, those are amazing to witness, but not awesome to
I
have.
would hate that in my house.
It goes off every hour.
Every half hour.
Oh my god!
How do you sleep?
That is insane thing.
What do you mean?
What do you have a cuckoo? That is nuts.
Hey, Chad, this is something we can all get behind. Tyler, crazy having a
That
cuckoo
is
clock.
Why?
Why? That is the question I have for you. Why?
Because we got it as a gift, and now we just like it.
The sense
Oh, that's a good troll gift. Get someone a cuckoo clock.
You
if
could
wanna drive them
re-gift.
crazy.
No, I don't want to do that because I like them.
Where do you have it?
Right in our living room, middle of the house, underneath the TV.
So he needs to know what every half hour, an hour
That is
in his life.
Yeah, but right now, I
nuts.
think I need to put new batteries in it because right now he's all fucked up, and I yell at him because he just goes off at random points. He only does half a kook, and then he kind of freezes, and you got to push him back in.
Like an Oiler.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oilers need some batteries.
That is. I can't believe you're a cuckoo clock.
That is.
And you were questioning my shower routines, and you're sat
So
at the house.
it has a sensor in it, and when it's dark, it knows not to go off.
Cutting edge cuckoo clock.
Well, I didn't know they made him like
I
that.
think I would imagine Waz having a cuckoo
Yeah,
clock.
I could see that in his. Yeah, I could see Waz having one.
Not
Yeah.
Tyler.
No, that is unexpected.
So the mechanism that stops it
Wow.
from cooking does make a little bit of a noise. So sometimes if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just laying awake in bed, you'll hear it go it won't go cuckoo, but there'll be a very faint a little tick noise, and you'll be like, ooh, it's half past.
Spooky.
Yeah.
It's a tough season, guys. We're talking about cuckoo clocks in
my
Tyler's house.
goodness.
Amber says that sometimes when I sleep, she says she's felt me before tap when the cuckoo clock goes off in my sleep, or if we take a nap, I'll be and I'll count it out with the cuckoo clock. I'm very in sync with it. I like having it around. Anyways.
Do you not have a little bit of a natural alarm within you? If I go to bed and I'm I got to get up 5 a.m., I will normally wake up 1 minute before my alarm.
I have to do that pretty good too.
Oh, if I do that, no, I'm brutal with
Unless
it.
I've been drinking.
If I'm sitting there and it's I need to be up at 5 a.m. for a flight or whatever tomorrow, I just wake up every single hour.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a nervous sleeper with
Yeah.
that too. But also, I've adapted to Jay's airport routine, where I'll just get there 15 minutes before.
Oh, for that nation vacation in Vancouver, I pulled up and you all had like 3 drinks in
I
you
was
already.
so upset.
Yeah.
I got picked up at 5:30 in the morning for our, what was the time?
8:15 flight.
8:15 flight. But I got like a ride, and I don't want to sound ungrateful to it, but my goodness, I was upset. I got up at 4:45.
Yeah. That's bad. I got up at like 6:15 for that flight. You were already at the airport when I woke up.
I was furious.
Yep.
I would have got home at like, I would have got there at like 7:30 the earliest.
Okay.
It's pizza night at Dog Patch tonight.
I know. I can't
want to
wait.
get a pizza for my drive to the airport.
You're going to the airport. What time? How early will you get there before your flight? 15 minutes.
I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm probably gonna be like 60 to 75 minutes before departure.
Wow, that is
solely.
early for
That's early for me. Solely because I want to catch a little bit of the game.
That's
fair enough. That's fair.
I'm gonna crush a Dog Patch pizza.
You're gone for the rest of the week.
I'm back Thursday night.
Well, we don't have any more games anyway.
No,
This
we don't
week.
have any more games.
No.
But you're going to miss real life on Thursday.
Miss
Oh, and BM's going to miss real life.
and
Thursday.
BM's gonna miss it.
Rats, as they say, rats. All right. Well, Jay, thanks for doing another game day edition of the show. I hope you're
Jay.
better.
Everyone, we need to be more positive.
Agreed.
We're dumping on each other.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
We got to be less critical. Well, we always have to be critical of this team, but we have to just mask it with extreme over-the-top positivity.
How do you just say be critical,
Just keep it down.
but
Push
move
it
on?
down.
Like, just shut the hell up.
No, don't shut up. Just be critical about the players, not to each other. Gotta
Yeah, we're all in
be
this
nicer
together.
to each other.
We're all in this. We all
We
are.
are.
All right. Thank
Bye,
you, Jay.
Jay.
All right.
See you,
Thanks
Jay.
for coming.
Is there a transition or just
Yeah, well,
There you go. Transition.
there you go. Well, actually, for our friends at Odd Company Brewing, the YouTube chat,
that's
because
Jay.
you're just going to see Jay
Oh, no.
walk in front of the whole. There you go. Odd Company Brewing in the Nation Beer Everyday Lager, a crisp, clean lager crafted not just for game day, but for every day. Find one at your local liquor store by going to liquorconnect.com and punching in Odd Company Nation Beer. Or just come to Dog Patch tonight. They have it on tap. You can have one, Liam. Hey?
I probably might need a few.
Yeah. I feel like this game tonight might be boring. Hey, is Pagnotta here?
So backyard
Yeah,
burgers.
can we make sure? Can we like scroll the bottom and yeah.
Backyard burgers, I believe, came on a nation vacation.
Really?
Oh yeah, I forgot to add friend at the end of my comment there, but I'm pretty sure that gentleman was on the nation vacation. So that was great to see him.
Mm-hmm. We picked a bad year to start doing 90-minute shows.
I'm just
so bummed out. I mean, I'm bummed out in just my day-to-day life right now, obviously. But then the Oilers just give me nothing to get excited for. I feel like
I just think
they used to either play really good or really bad. So, like, we'd come into these shows and, we'd have, like, the give a shit meter. And we'd be like, God, they fucking suck. What's wrong with this team? And then they would win and we'd be like, holy shit, Cup Parade.
best.
Remember how many times we called on and off the Cup Parade last year?
that was awesome.
I feel like right now it's just like, they played average. Okay, did they win? Maybe. Like, fuck, it's so annoying.
I think one thing that's bad about them right now is
Ham Sandwich says they're a general malaise. The Oilers are the ham sandwich of the NHL right now.
I just think we're over criticizing them for like weird things that we actually don't know that much about when we can just watch the game and be like, oh, Evan Bouchard didn't box out his guy, and that's the reason that goal went in. It seems like a pretty standard way things go. Hey, the second goal went in because McDavid and Emberson crashed into each other. Pickard was a million miles of his net, and Robert Thomas got a lucky bounce off the post, which then hit Pickard, who was out of position. That's basically what happened.
Mm-hmm.
First goal went in because Dvorsky fired a decent one-timer past Pickard. I feel like we could have done a 10-minute show.
Can't believe my parents got a divorce ski. All right. The 90-minute shows are fun because we have great guests, like Dave Pagnotta from the fourth period. Let's go to the Star Mechanical guest line. It's Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can find out more by visiting them online at starmechanical.ca. Residential, commercial, 24/7 emergency services. They do it all. They do it well at Star Mechanical. Should we listen, Dave? We really don't want to talk Oilers today. Should we throw in one of the other topics from the show today?
Oh, the
you
towel
boys
question.
doing okay?
How
No.
many days in a row
Okay.
do you use a towel before it goes in the hamper?
Like 2.
2. Okay. So somewhere in the middle. Liam's every use, fresh towel. I'm every like
not
5
okay.
days.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it depends how extensive your washing regimen is.
Yeah.
I figure 2 showers is pretty good minimum. A couple
we
days. Sometimes, yeah, you got to mix it up. You mix it up.
we spent 15 minutes on this to start our show today because we didn't want to talk about that Oilers Blues game last night. It was so boring. We also spent a solid 6 minutes on my cuckoo clock.
Yeah, what do you make of that? Tyler has a cuckoo clock.
Why not?
Are you from the 1800s?
That's
and you're
what I was
stuck
going to think.
in this. Yeah, this is okay.
Here's
cool. My grandparents had one.
Here's a fun hypothetical. If you could go back in time and watch a hockey game from 1920 or go forward in time and watch a hockey game from 100 years from now, which one would you pick?
Ooh, no, I'd go 1920. The like short glass in a suit, smoking like right next to the rink. Like just hacking one as like these guys, Howie Morenz is skating by. You're just like blowing smoke in his face. You're talking with other, like, especially in Montreal. A lot of gangsters used to go to those games in Montreal that were up like in the hunt, like by glass. That would be cool to see.
That's fair. But think of 100 years from now, how far vapes could come.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's after vapes?
Yeah, what's next? Can you imagine showing a person from 100 years ago smoking a cigarette a vape? Their brains would just explode.
That would be crazy.
Anyways.
Maybe 100, maybe the Zamboni is hovering over the ice at that point. Like, we're still waiting on hover cars and all that stuff from like the Jetsons. We don't have that. Back to the Future just teased us. We got nothing.
I would much rather just keep talking about stuff like this, but let's get down to business. Could the Oilers trade Troy Stecher? Fuck, who cares?
At 7.75, does it do much?
No.
Not really, because you're gonna.
They
have
have
to
a roster
else.
jam, though.
Yeah, they do, and they're not the only ones. There are a lot of teams that are kind of in that roster cluster, what kind of situation right now, and that's just kind of some of these teams thought that they'd have an easier time moving pieces out, but there's so many guys available that fit this kind of mold that no one's willing to pay a decent price to get them, and these teams don't want to put these guys on waivers. So, whether it's Emberson, whether it's Janmark, whether it's another piece, I think they'd like to do something that's a little more impactful financially to move out a body rather than having to move one and then figure out the next play to potentially move another or send somebody down. They've got a little bit of flexibility in a couple of guys they could send down, which might be part of a little short-term solution here. But, you look at like Emberson, for example, 2 years left, 1.45, something like that, 1.45 million cap hit, I think. At his age, that could be a pretty decent pickup for a team that's looking to get a little bit younger on that back end or add somebody in that, bottom pair that could potentially take next steps if given a little bit more of an opportunity. So we'll see. Like I said, the Oilers aren't the only team that are kind of jammed up like this. There are others that are actively trying to do the same. And then teams that have the cap space and the roster space are going, okay, here's a 8th round pick. Well, those don't exist anymore. Exactly. We'll give you futures. And some of these teams don't want to do it.
The only thing that concerns me about that, and maybe there's a creative trade out there where like there's a team who needs a vet in Stecher and they have someone in the American League who the Oilers have kind of identified and are like, okay, we don't mind that guy. But like we know from watching this team go on cup runs, we know from watching every team that's ever gone on a cup run, like you don't make it through the Stanley Cup playoffs with 6 defensemen. Yeah, usually end up having to use number 7, 8. Last year, the Oilers had Josh Brown play a playoff game. If you trade Troy Stecher now because you're like, our hands are tied, we got to like open up the roster spot, you're just going to be trying to get Troy Stecher back at the deadline in some other form.
Right, and that's why for a guy who's got that low of a cap hit, who's on league minimum, who has that experience and is familiar with your team, it may end up being more beneficial to hold on to him. Obviously Bowman and everyone are kind of just trying to find out what all their options are, which is why a lot of these names are out there right now. But I think they would prefer to move out bigger money because it just makes life easier down the road. Because exactly to your point, is somebody going to want to pick somebody up to add depth on a run? Because remember, you can still be over the cap, technically, by utilizing LTIR space. You can still be over the cap in the playoffs. Your roster that you put into the lineup that night has to be cap compliant. So you could sit a $2 million player in order to get a couple other guys in, and vice versa. So we're going to see some, I think, we're going to see some creativity here come deadline and playoff time to see how teams are going to, mix around their rosters. But guys like Stecher who have that experience, that if you need to throw him in there as a 7-8 guy, there's value there too.
I wanted to ask you about the Oilers goaltending. So obviously it's just a conversation everyone's been having for years, but Skinner's been okay to start the season.
Everyone. Yeah.
But Pickett has been someone who is struggling to get going here. They brought in Connor Ingram. Obviously, there's a longer runway for him, but he's also not doing that well right now. What happens if neither of those guys, in Pickett and Ingram, play for this position and do well enough to take it? Like, are they going to go out and get somebody else?
Well, I mean, you're getting into a trickier situation here when it comes to that, because, I mean, yeah, numbers for one guy, not the greatest. Mm-hmm. Numbers for the other guy is decent, but you still want to have higher numbers. Like, is a 900 save percentage going to really push you through down the stretch and into the playoffs? Not really. You kind of want that in the, 909, 910, 915 range. But with what they've got, again, with their cap situation, it's tough to kind of maneuver. You're effectively going to have to move out. Like, if you want to upgrade on Skinner, for example, you're going to have to find a way to move him because of the money, effectively. Like, none of their goalies, by the way, are signed for next season.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other, I think that's a back end issue for them that they've kind of quasi planned for in the event that none of these guys take the reign this season. But, both of these guys are they've been there obviously before. There's familiarity. Skinner gets along with a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that back him in that room for the most part. So you want to see one of these guys take the reign eventually, and you'd hope that it effectively is Stuart Skinner for the balance of this season. And look, the way that the first month went, with these guys just jumbling lines around and everyone just trying to find their footing and so on, and not having Hyman, for example, in the lineup, and I think he's about a week away or just under, you'll start to see throughout this month, I think, a little bit more consistency in performance. Like, okay, we got the dust off a little bit. We got the wrinkles out of the way in that first month. Let's start to take it up a notch. And we've seen Connor kind of do that, and we'll see a few more guys do that. And I think that play will ultimately affect what happens with the rest of the group, both defensively and in the crease. You're controlling the puck a little bit more, makes it a lot easier for whoever's in net to not have to make a save. Mm-hmm. So we'll see kind of how this team kind of goes over the course of the next month, and what kind of window dressing-esque type of move that they make from a cap side of things in order to accommodate everything. But I still think it's a little premature to really get into that goaltending debate with respect to getting outside help, because unless you're making a really significant blockbuster type move involving multiple pieces, you're probably going to have to wait things out.
I just wanted one other one, Ty, quick.
Hey, have at her.
So we're riding the roller coaster here. And last night was obviously not good from the Oilers. Bouchard again made another mistake, leads to a game-winning goal. We're just living in this matrix that just is the same thing that happens every day. What do they call that? The Truman Show? That's sure. It. How many other teams in the NHL are like this, in the sense of are struggling to find their consistency right now? Because I feel like our chat needs to hear this a little bit too, of the Oilers aren't just one of 32 teams that are struggling here. The entire Eastern Conference is over 500, and it's not because every single team is good. You know what I mean? How many other teams are just riding this roller coaster too?
Well, there's a lot. I'll give you one that's familiar to the Oiler Nation. It's the LA Kings. They're right behind them. They're a point back. They're on the outside looking in. I was at one of their games last week against Detroit. They looked like crap. How they ended up tying that game and almost winning it, and then ultimately losing it a shootout. Good for them. They earned a point. But they're an inconsistent group. They've been trying to find their level of consistency throughout. Some of the guys that are expected to do a little bit better, like their third line that they've counted on for a while with Danault and Moore, and albeit Fogle is out, and it sounds like he's not going to be out as long as everyone anticipated, but they're not doing well. Some of their other guys haven't contributed. Kuzmenko on the first line, he's got 6 or 7 points, but they anticipated him being, at a 60-point clip pace to perform this season. Team that I'm in my backyard, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, yeah, they pulled it out of their hat last night against Pittsburgh, but they've been ridiculously inconsistent all season long. And the emotions you're feeling there, I'm sure, are the same for a lot of the fan base in Toronto, because they just haven't been able to muster up consistent play in that first month and a bit now of the season. Like, this is across the board. Again, we're early, and this is why, when you get to a stage or a point in the season where you're in that dozen mark and you're seeing so many teams kind of all mapped together and grouped together, it's not necessarily, parity doing its job. It's more just across the board inconsistent performances that we're seeing. So a loss against St. Louis, on November 3rd, you get that out of the way, because come March 4th, you're going to be rolling them the way that they've been playing. So you kind of get these kinks out of the way now, and eventually, especially in the NHL, one of the leagues that does this the best, they do a great way of separating the cream of the crop from the lower seeds. And the league has a great way of evening itself out from that perspective. It's a little longer than normal, but I think with just how many teams are kind of battling right now, you're going to start to see teams like the Oilers start to make that incline soon enough. And perhaps this is perfect timing with Hyman on the horizon.
Yeah, and I also think there is a bit of, and we see this kind of every year, like teams that weren't good last year, or teams that are, I don't want to call them bad teams, but I'll just say it for the sake of simplicity. Like, bad teams are usually better early on in the season because, like, they got something to fight for. Like, do I think Chicago is going to have this level of energy? Or, like, the Islanders, when they scored that goal the other day, I know we talked about it, their bench reacted like they just scored a Stanley Cup goal. That doesn't hold up through the whole year. Bad teams, they just have a bit more fight in them. They have a chip on their shoulder early in the year.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if we go back to the East, like, I don't anticipate Detroit playing at the pace in which they're playing right now, not over a full season. Great for them, good for their fan base, and good for that team that they're doing so well out of the gate through the first 12, 13 games, whatever it's been for them now. But eventually they're going to come back down to earth. And teams like Seattle, for example, they may still have enough in them to maintain a wild card battle. And that'll be exciting down the stretch, no question. But in terms of some of the top tier teams, like, do I think the Ducks are a 7-1-3 team right now, or whatever the hell record they are, or 7-3 or whatever it is? No. But do I think because of this start, they're going to be playing some pretty solid hockey in February and March and probably April? Yeah, and that's good to see across the league. But eventually, again, these teams kind of come back down to earth. And the ones that are kind of – remember Tampa started the season in the first 3 weeks, they had one win? And everyone was losing their shit over what the hell was going on there. And now they're on a heater again, and they're back to where they should be. That's just how it works in the NHL.
See, even Buffalo. Buffalo, we thought everyone was going to be sold after the first week of the season. I know it's Buffalo, they're always bad, but it's like they've got it back on the rails now, and they're a perfectly fine team.
Middle of the pack in the East, although
the cream will always rise to the top.
Yes. And like November is usually a month where like we start to see some separation. And I guess I just kind of wanted to ask you one on the St. Louis Blues before we let you go, since we played them yesterday. 4 wins in their first 13 games. They come back and win last night. That'll alleviate some pressure. It ends the big, long losing streak as well. But they're a team where, like, if November goes as bad as October did, they might have some tough decisions to make. Like, Braden Shen's name was popping up last season at the trade deadline. What do they do with him? I even just look like they have a lot of really good young players, but I wonder if that front office doesn't sit there and go, like, you know what? If we don't have it this year, maybe we do sell off some of these veterans and really fully hand the reins of this team over to the young guys.
Yeah, well, look, this is a team that explored or at least entertained calls for guys like Jordan Kyrou last June going into the draft. Then there's no trade kicked in or no move, whatever he has. So they're willing to listen on a lot of guys, and Braden Shen now has a 15-team no-trade list. So he's going to be a prime candidate for a lot of teams, contending teams that are looking at different assets, looking at different options. And because he has term, it's not a detriment anymore because so many teams have cap space. And another reason why we're hearing so much chatter a little bit earlier than normal is because these teams that are out there have more cap space and a lot more flexibility to do something now versus having to wait until December, January, and so on. I think with St. Louis, I think they expected a little bit more out of Hofer in the first little bit, and he just hasn't lived up to it. And Binnington has kind of claimed that position for the time being. You look at their guys; they have some pieces on expiring contracts that are more on the depth side of things. That'll be something that could be tackled later on in the season. But we heard Buchnevich's name in the summer. He's got a full no move right now. Do they entertain that and see if that's worth pursuing by even bringing it to him? But I think, you look at some of these teams that are quasi-struggling, that have guys that have loose no-trade protection or limited no-trade protection, I should say. Like Nashville, for example, Ryan O'Reilly, his name's starting to pop up again. I think a similar situation here, guys, with St. Louis with respect to Schenn, if they can at least start to make a little bit of noise this month and climb the standings a little, get into that wild card discussion.
I think we got things back on the rails pretty well there. Gave people some good hockey talk. That was solid. And it's all because of you, David Pagnotta. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for starting it out with the cuckoo clock. That really set the tone.
All right. See ya.
Later, boys.
There you go, David Pagnotta. You can find his work at thefourthperiod.com. It is good work at that. Mm-hmm. I like having him on the show this year. Gives us good intel.
On the show. Mm-hmm. Plays along with our little bits.
Yeah. Some people don't play along well with our bits. They don't get us, Liam.
We're hard people to understand.
Let's do a little what's trending. How about that?
Yeah, let's get that one tweet you sent me up.
No, we can't. That's only trending in our lives. That is trending in nobody else's lives. But it was very funny. Anyways, what's trending is brought to you by the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament. We're going back this January, Lake Mildred. It's beautiful out at the Fairmont JPL. Cannot wait to be playing a little pond hockey, and I'd hope you can join us. Head to nationgear.ca. There's more information there. Registration is now open. CHE, they do a great job putting on the hockey side of this tournament. Tourism Jasper does an awesome job with everything surrounding it. Fairmont JPL, beautiful hosts. It is legitimately one of my favorite weekends of the year. I love the pond hockey tournament that we do with Tourism Jasper and CHE and the JPL. So sign up, nationgear.ca. Get your team. Let's go. I don't know if you saw this. Tom Brady cloned his dog.
I did see this. I was,
Just get a new dog, bro.
I was surprised. I mean, have you ever had a dog?
No.
They're irreplaceable. I can see why he did this. My dog's getting a little bit older.
Charlie.
You think about it a little bit. I'd clone Charles if I could.
If you had the money?
If I had the money, I would.
Doesn't that feel a little fucked up?
No, because I love my dog and I want to see him every day for the rest of my life.
But, it's a clone.
But it's still Charles. Professor Charles Xavier. King Charles. Charlie's Angels.
So
King Chuck.
He worked with someone called Colossal Biosciences, a biotech company that Brady's an investor in. Using blood collected prior to the dog's death, he was able to clone it. I just feel like as a society, we shouldn't get too far down this path.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Also, what happens if the cloning doesn't work? Isn't that like a little inhumane? How does this even work? Yeah, the dog that died 2 years ago. I don't know, man.
It's sad to lose a dog.
It is sad to lose a dog, but grief is a part of life.
Yeah, it is.
If you gave me, I don't know. It's just, I think this is just a little weird. Anyways.
There was something else that I had trended. I didn't put it in the sheet because I forgot. Let's see if I can find it quickly. I try and like tweets and then.
Yeah.
Oh, the one of Big Cat tweeted this last night.
Okay.
Of the player getting dragged off the court with an injury in the basketball game. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Damn it. I should have put this in the
Yeah,
cheat
we should have
sheet.
grabbed it.
But literally, I'll show you. You can see him here. No one else can see this.
But
he's literally injured, and it just actually people can see it on my screen. He's just dragged off the court.
Why'd they do that to him?
I don't know. It looks like he had a bit of cramp. So that was trending for me. There was something else that was trending.
Yesterday when Gene kept asking Bob if he likes the show Friends, and Bob just kept going, no. Like it was the most offensive thing anyone's ever asked Bob in his life. Yeah. Hilarious stuff.
Yeah, that was really funny. The other thing that was trending for me was Ben Johnson, the coach of the Chicago Bears, former offensive coordinator of the the Detroit Lions, my team, came out after they barely beat the Cincinnati Bengals, being like, "This is how we play. This is our culture. This is what we're built for." It's like, buddy, you blew a 20-point lead and got a lucky touchdown at the end. That you should not do a post-game speech. There's no game balls. You guys all suck.
They gave up the most passing yards that any team's ever given up to a quarterback that's older than 40. Joe Flacco picked him apart.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Oh, our boy Brandon, who obviously lives out in Missouri.
Yeah.
He was behind the bench at the Oilers game last night. I noticed his wife after one of the intermissions, but shout out to our guy Brandon. Suark comes to Edmonton a couple times a year.
Yeah, that was great to see him. I forgot about him living in St. Louis, but it's nice to see him get great seats.
Yeah. Very good. I think that's kind of it for what's... Waz wanted us to talk about Dick Cheney dying.
Yeah, that don't really know why he wanted to bring that one up.
Literally, and listen, there are a lot of really fun parts about working at Oilers Nation, a lot of unique things. I do love having Ryder and Lisa here. When I came into the office today, there was an atmosphere, there was a vibe.
There was quite the vibe today, actually.
Yeah, but like first thing when I walked in, we're on the main level, so not up here, so we're with everyone else. I'm like, Liam, what's up? And then Waz just goes, hey, you guys should talk about how Dick Cheney died today. Why, Waz? Why would we talk about that? Sometimes that guy, hey?
He's, what did he say before Pat? Pat's producing the show today. Shout out Pat's here.
Yeah, hey,
but he
Pat.
came up here and he's like, what a beautiful day. I'd love to go outside. And I said, oh, do you mind taking out the garbage for me then? And he's like, no. It's like, you said you wanted to go outside. Like, you said you were going. The garbage can's right there. Do you mind just helping me out? Didn't want to help me.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get out of Waz.
No, he is hilarious. He is very funny. Honestly, we need him.
We do. Good room guy.
Great room guy.
Tyler Mueller, can anyone say one thing about Dick Cheney? No, I
was the
can't.
vice president when Bush was president.
Yeah. Family Guy made fun of him a lot, and their jokes I don't understand.
That's all I know about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's one thing. We've obviously spoke the other day about engagement and how we got a bit of a shadow ban, I guess you could call it.
YouTube didn't like us for a couple days there.
We seem to be back on the rails a little bit now.
Yep.
We seem to be good. So thank you everyone that's been helping us out with some likes. So if you're watching right now, please leave a like on the video.
Please like. I need to eat dinner.
But also, here's another thing for our podcast listeners.
Oh yeah.
So I'm doing this a bit on the fly.
Yeah, that's fine.
On Spotify, if you listen on Spotify, you can leave a comment on that video. So you've made it to the end of the episode. Hopefully you've made it this far. So we're going to have a question for you. We'll start off just very simply today.
Okay.
Give us who you think will score the first goal for the Oilers. If you're a podcast listener, this is specifically on Spotify. I don't know if Apple does this. But if you comment on that, I'm wondering if we can get on the Spotify rap list for some things.
Ooh.
So I would love to be on the Spotify rap list, even if it's just a few of you.
But I like that we're doing this. I do like having a closing question.
Yeah, and I like to incorporate podcast listeners because our podcast numbers are good, and we very much appreciate everyone that listens to us on podcast form.
But we could probably get into the algorithm a bit better, and also let those people feel like they're a part of the show. Maybe we could do...
We'll figure out something with it. We kind of came up with this idea yesterday. Very much on the fly. So you can do it right now in the YouTube chat. Charles just gave his Roslovic, he thinks, gets first goal for the Oilers. Play along. But.
Can we ask... I like the idea of it being a question that the listeners can like give some thought into as well.
I agree. I just couldn't think of one.
So let me throw one.
Okay.
Who is an under-the-radar player that you would like to see the Oilers try to acquire?
That's a good idea. Okay.
Throw it in the Spotify comments, and then tomorrow on the show, we can go back through them and read some of the comments. So if you're watching on Spotify and you want to have your voice heard, comment on today's episode. Give us one under-the-radar player that you would like to see the Oilers target ahead of the deadline, and then we'll talk about that.
You can give us our first goal scorer, too, I guess, since I already asked you.
Yeah, sure.
I'll give that out. Nathan, you guys were part of my top 5 podcasts last year. Thank you very much, Nathan.
Yep. That's very kind.
If you do, I don't know when that comes out. Does anyone know? Eli, you're kind of down with that stuff. Do you know when the Spotify raps come out?
I think
Eli's
around the new year.
Eli's down.
He's making a clip. He's so dialed.
Do you know, Pat?
No, I think, it's like mid-January.
It's at the new year. You're wrapped for the whole year.
Is that what it is?
Mid-January.
Is it?
January.
Okay. Oh, is it before Christmas, after Christmas? I don't know.
Around Christmas.
Brian says you can leave comments on Spotify. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I might go on there and comment right now. I don't know how it works. I don't know if we have Spotify profiles you can like click through. I just want you to comment and let me know you listen to the show.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I'm looking for you.
All right. Dave Pagnotta was great. Tomorrow we'll have Jeff Merrick on the show. We'll have DJ Bean before the end of the week as well.
Lovely. We haven't seen DJ for a couple of weeks since he made his grand announcement. I was talking to one of our podcast directors today. Wow, podcast, not one of, we have one. The podcast director. And I just asked him, I was like, how are things gone with What Chaos? And he said, he's like, we had we have our meetings and we had a segment brainstorming idea, and he's like, those guys got some plans. I'll tell you that much. And that's literally all he told me. So you can only imagine what chaos they have going on over there.
We tried to do a life advice segment, and it just ended with people emailing us questions about the Oilers.
Yeah, I don't know when Zach Hyman's back and if he'll make the Olympic team.
I know nothing, and neither one of those are advice about your life. So thank you to whoever emailed us, but it doesn't apply.
Yeah, if you have life advice and you don't want to email us, you could leave it in the Spotify comments too.
There you go. All right, that's a wrap on today's edition of the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got a meeting we got to get to. Liam's on pre and post tonight with Menzies. 5 o'clock start for pregame, postgame immediately following the final buzzer. Thank you for tuning in. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.